I'd be one of the old hands at it. There are a lot of experts at the Guinness, but yeah, I pulled my fair share of pints, yeah, I have indeed, yeah.
How old were you when you started?
15. Everything has changed. The choice of drinks have changed, customers' attitude have changed. You could smoke in the bars in them days. Drink was much more cheaper. The pubs were much busier in them days because everybody socialised much more. It was a different era altogether. I don't think people would have any idea who haven't lived through it what it was like back in them days. It was a real sociable thing. Men drank during the day, women come out at night time with the men. Weekends was the same. You'd have good sing-songs in the pubs. It was a really community spirit at some of the places, and they were fantastic and places to work in and great places to learn about life in general from everybody, so it was, yeah. It was a simpler time. Social media has taken over a lot of it now. I find from COVID people's attitudes have changed a little bit. That's just my opinion on it, that people have less patience than they used to have. But maybe that's just my opinion on it. But in back in the early days, it was a simpler time. People went for simpler drinks, like there was no cocktails in them days. A baby sham was a cocktail, or a snowball was a cocktail, which was sold in bottles. Like there was no cocktails in them days. You had a choice of Guinness, Harp, Carlsberg, or Smithwick's, or Phoenix. That was before my time. But you had a choice of 4 beers really, and there was no coolers or fridges, nothing like that at all. People drank vodka, gin, or whiskey. That was it. It was a much simpler time. There are so many ciders, gins, whiskies. It's just all confused and mixed up now, I think. Well, it was socially acceptable to drink at all hours of the day and night back then. It was just a done thing. Like people could drink in them days and go back to work. When men finished work in the evening times, they always went for a drink. If they worked all week, Friday evening they got dressed up and they went out at 7 o'clock and they went out nearly every night of the weekend, a few bottles of Guinness or pints, not too many, and then the weekend they backed horses and watched football and they drank, and then the wives joined them at night time, Saturday night, Friday night or Saturday night, or maybe a Sunday. But it was a very sociable time. Like if you went to the pubs in the very early years, there would always be somebody there, or some of your friends there. You would never walk in and have to sit on your own. There was always somebody there to socialise with. So it was a really big socially part of people's lives at the time. That's all they had. They didn't go on foreign holidays. They didn't drive big cars. They couldn't afford to go for big expensive meals. So what they had was that they had the money to eat in their own house and the price of a few drinks, and that was their outlet. That was their way of getting through life.